There comes a moment in life when you must decide. Will you continue to allow people to disrespect you, or will you take control of the way you are treated? Too many people spend their lives explaining, defending, and justifying their worth to those who have already made up their minds. They lower their voices, shrink their presence, and tolerate behavior that chips away at their dignity. And for what? Approval? Acceptance? A sense of belonging? But here's the truth. Respect is not given, it is commanded. The world does not hand out respect freely. People will treat you however you allow them to. If you tolerate disrespect, it will continue. If you let people cross your boundaries, they will push further. If you keep explaining yourself to those who refuse to listen, they will take your words and twist them against you. That cycle ends today. From this moment forward, you will walk with confidence. You will stop explaining, start setting boundaries, and learn when to be silent. You will move with purpose and refuse to beg for respect. If you stay until the end, you'll realize your worth, and the world will begin to treat you accordingly. Let us dive right in. Number 1, stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve it. There comes a time in your life when you must stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve it. Some people question your every move, doubt your decisions, and act as if they are entitled to a justification for everything you do. But listen, you do not owe them an explanation. Not for who you are, not for where you're going, and not for why you chose to remove yourself from toxic situations. Yet so many people fall into this trap. They spend their lives trying to defend themselves against people who have already made up their minds. Trying to convince someone who has no intention of understanding you is like trying to fill a bottomless cup. No matter how much you pour in, it will never be enough. And here's the plain truth. If someone doesn't respect you before the explanation, they won't respect you after it either. Think about how much time you've wasted justifying yourself to people who didn't even care. You tell them why you made a certain decision, and they twist your words. You defend yourself, and they ignore your reasoning. You explain why you walked away from a toxic relationship, and instead of support, they question you further. Jesus himself showed us the power of silence. When he stood before Pilate, falsely accused and questioned, Matthew 27:14 says, "But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge, to the great amazement of the governor." He understood that some people don't deserve an explanation, and silence is sometimes the strongest response. So why waste your breath? Why give them power over your emotions? If Jesus didn't waste time justifying himself to people who had already made up their minds, then neither should you. Number 2, set boundaries like your life depends on it, because it does. There is a reason why so many people feel drained, disrespected, and taken advantage of. It's because they don't have boundaries, or worse, they have them but don't enforce them. The truth is, boundaries are not just something nice to have, they are a necessity. They are the difference between living a life of strength or a life where you are constantly being used, manipulated, and controlled by others. When you don't set boundaries, you are giving people permission to walk all over you. You are telling them, you can treat me however you want, and I will still be here. And people will take advantage of that. They will push as far as you allow them to. They will test you to see how much they can get away with. If you don't set limits, they will keep taking and taking until there is nothing left of you. Most people are not thinking about what's best for you. They are thinking about what's best for them. If you allow them to overstep, they will. If you allow them to disrespect you, they will. And the hardest part, you won't realize how bad it is until you are completely exhausted, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Proverbs 4:23 says, Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Setting boundaries is how you guard your heart. It's how you protect your peace. You don't need to announce your boundaries to everyone. You don't need to beg people to respect them. You just need to decide what you will and won't allow, and then stand on that decision. Number 3, walk like you own the room, even if you don't. Before you even say a word, people decide how to treat you based on how you carry yourself. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you hold your head up, all of it sends a message before you even speak. You don't need to be the richest, the smartest, or the most accomplished person in the room. But if you walk like you own it, people will treat you like you do. That's the power of presence, the power of confidence, and the power of commanding respect without begging for it. Too many people shrink themselves when they step into a space. They lower their voice, avoid eye contact, and hesitate before they speak. They make themselves small, hoping they won't take up too much space. But that kind of energy will get you overlooked, dismissed, and ignored. If you act like you don't belong, the world will believe you. If you walk into a room like you're apologizing for existing, no one will give you a second thought. But when you walk with confidence, something shifts. People look up, they pay attention. They feel your energy before you even say a word. Proverbs 28:1 says, "The wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion." You are a child of God. Why would you walk in fear? Stand up straight. Walk with purpose. Make eye contact. Speak with clarity. Confidence is not about arrogance. It's about knowing your worth. If you move like you belong, eventually, the world will believe it too. Number 4, stop seeking approval. You are not for everyone. From the moment we are born, we are taught to seek approval. As children, we want to make our parents proud. In school, we want our teachers to validate us. In friendships, we want to be accepted. And somewhere along the way, we start believing that our worth is tied to how many people like us, approve of us, or validate us. That mindset will destroy you. It will leave you drained, lost, and disconnected from who you truly are. Because no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you give, and no matter how much you change yourself to fit someone else's expectations, you will never be for everyone. Some people will misunderstand you, some will judge you, some will dislike you for no reason at all, and you have to be okay with that. If Jesus, the Son of God, was rejected by people, why would you expect to be accepted by everyone? John 15:18 says, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." Think about how many decisions you've made just to gain someone else's approval. How many times have you said yes when you really wanted to say no? How many times have you changed your opinions, your voice, or your energy just to fit in? And for what? Did it ever truly make you happy? The truth is, living for approval is a never-ending chase. You will never satisfy everyone. The moment you change for one person, another will come along with new expectations. Instead of seeking approval, start living in your truth. The right people will respect you for who you are. The wrong people, they were never meant for you anyway. Number 5, be silent when they expect a reaction. Silence is power. Most people don't understand this. Most people react. They lash out, defend themselves, argue, and try to prove a point when they feel attacked, disrespected, or challenged. But the strongest people in the world, the ones who command the most respect, know that silence speaks louder than words ever could. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction. They expect you to fight back, to explain yourself, to struggle for their approval. They want to see you upset. They want to control your emotions. And the moment you give them what they want, the moment you react, you hand them your power. Think about it. Have you ever argued with someone and later realized that nothing you said changed their mind? Have you ever tried to defend yourself against a person who had already made up their mind about you? Proverbs 17:28 says, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." The people who try to provoke you are not looking for truth. They are looking for control. They want to see if they can manipulate you, push your buttons, and get a rise out of you. But when you stay silent, when you refuse to engage, something shifts. They realize they have no control over you. They realize their words have no power. And suddenly, they are the ones who feel weak. The next time someone tries to bait you into an argument, stay silent. The next time someone disrespects you, don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction. Number 6, keep your achievements quiet. Let them see, not hear. There is a natural desire in all of us to be seen, recognized, and acknowledged for our efforts. When we accomplish something great, we want to share it with the world. We want people to know about our success, our hard work, and everything we've built. It's human nature. But if you want to command true respect, if you want to protect what you've built, you have to learn the power of moving in silence. The moment you announce your every move, you expose yourself. The moment you broadcast your achievements, you invite opinions, jealousy, and interference. The world is not as kind as you think. Not everyone is happy for you. Some people are secretly rooting for your downfall. Some are just waiting for a chance to poke holes in your success. And the more you talk, the more ammunition you give them. Proverbs 21:23 says, "Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity." When people know what you are working on, they feel entitled to an opinion. They feel entitled to interfere. They feel entitled to pull you down. The most powerful people in this world do not announce their every move. They do not seek applause or validation. They move in silence, and then one day, the world wakes up and sees what they have accomplished. No warnings, no announcements, just results. People respect results more than words. Instead of talking about what you're going to do, just do it. Instead of seeking approval, let your work speak for itself. Number 7, cut off those who drain your energy immediately. There are 2 types of people in this world: those who pour into you and those who drain you. The ones who inspire you, push you forward, and make you better. And the ones who take until there's nothing left of you. If you want to protect your peace, if you want to build a strong, unshakable life, you have to master the ability to cut off anyone who drains your energy immediately. Energy is everything. It affects your thoughts, emotions, actions, and ultimately your destiny. You cannot afford to let just anyone have access to you. You cannot afford to be surrounded by people who do nothing but take from you. People who weigh you down, bring stress, negativity, or chaos into your life. Think about how you feel after spending time with certain people. Some leave you feeling uplifted, inspired, and motivated. They challenge you to grow, to think bigger, to push past your limits. And then, there are those who do the exact opposite. You feel exhausted, drained, and empty after being around them. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." You do not owe your energy to anyone. You do not have to explain yourself when you decide to walk away. If someone is draining you, it is your responsibility to remove them from your life. No warnings, no second chances, no drawn-out conversations. You see the pattern, you recognize the impact, and you make the decision to cut them off. The longer you hold on to people who drain you, the more damage they do. Protect your energy, protect your peace. because once it's gone, you can't get it back. Number 8, never let anyone see you beg. There is a certain dignity, a certain strength that comes from knowing your worth. It's not about arrogance, it's not about pride. It's about understanding that you are valuable, that you are enough, and that you never need to beg for what is already meant for you. The moment you beg, you give away your power. You tell the world that you believe you are not enough on your own. You tell people that you need them more than they need you. You lower yourself, diminish yourself, and place yourself beneath someone who does not see your true value. And once they see you begging, they will never respect you the same way again. People can sense desperation, they can smell it, and the cruel reality is that the more you beg, the less they will give. The more you chase, the faster they will run. The more you try to prove yourself, the more they will devalue you. Psalm 37:25 says, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their children begging bread. If you are walking with God, you never have to beg for anything. Not for love, not for respect, not for opportunity. When someone wants to leave your life, let them go. When someone refuses to respect you, walk away. When someone does not see your value, never try to convince them. The strongest people in this world never beg. They never chase. They never force what is not flowing naturally. They move with confidence, knowing that what is meant for them will stay, and what is not meant for them is a waste of time. Because the moment you start pleading for someone's attention, affection, or approval, you are telling them that you do not believe in your own worth. Number 9, master the art of walking away. There is a power in walking away that most people never tap into, a strength that speaks louder than words, a quiet confidence that separates those who know their worth from those who accept less than they deserve. Walking away is not about giving up. It is not about weakness. It is about choosing yourself when the world refuses to give you what you are worth. It is about refusing to beg, refusing to fight for a seat at a table that does not respect your presence. It is about knowing when to stand up and leave because your time, your energy, and your peace are far too valuable to be wasted on people who cannot see your worth. Most people stay far longer than they should. They stay in relationships that drain them, in friendships that no longer serve them, in jobs that break their spirit. They hold on, hoping that one day things will change, that one day the people who neglect them will suddenly wake up and appreciate them. But that day never comes. Matthew 10:14 says, If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Jesus himself taught that sometimes the best response is to walk away. Walking away is not about proving a point. It is about freeing yourself from the cycle of disrespect. It is about realizing that you do not have to stay in a place where you are not valued. Because the reality is this: the right people will never put you in a position where you have to question your worth. And when you walk away from what no longer serves you, you make space for what truly deserves you. Respect is not something you beg for. It is something you command by the way you live, speak, and carry yourself. If you've spent your life allowing people to walk over you, if you've tolerated disrespect, if you've explained yourself to those who were never willing to listen, today is the day that stops. Psalm 139:14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. When you truly understand your worth, everything changes. You no longer tolerate disrespect. You no longer waste time proving yourself. You no longer stay where you are not valued. The reason people disrespect you is because they don't fear losing you. But from this moment forward, you walk with a new mindset. You are valuable. You are powerful. You are not to be played with. No more explaining. No more tolerating nonsense. And if they don't respect you, walk away. Let them feel your absence. Let them learn your value the hard way. Because by the time they realize it, it will be too late.